Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A police chase in Oakland County ends with 2 people in handcuffs and a surprise discovery inside a dumpster. Thanks for being with us for the news at 6 o'clock. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Damon Fernandez in for Devin Skillian tonight. Well, we've often seen suspects dump drugs or weapons they don't want police to find, but this was pretty different.
When Farmington Hills police took 25-year-old Selena Martin and a teenage girl into custody, they also found this puppy in a nearby dumpster. Local 4's Will Jones live with the dashcam video of this chase and the rescue of that cute little puppy. Will.
Kimberly and Damon, the suspects literally treated their puppy like trash, dumping that puppy into this dumpster. Police say their focus was getting away from officers and their puppy was getting in the way of that. A Farmington Hills police officer digging through a dumpster, finding this pit bull puppy allegedly abandoned by 2 suspects while trying to get away from police.
Because the puppy was slowing them down.
Last Wednesday, during the evening rush, Farmington Hills police attempted to pull over this car on Haggerty near 10 Mile for a traffic offense. But instead, the driver put the pressure on the gas, weaving between cars. Due to the dangers, the police called off their pursuit after about a minute.
Even after we terminated the pursuit, this vehicle continued to drive in a reckless manner at high rates of speed in excess of 120 miles an hour on the freeway.
The car eventually crashed into another car at Orchard Lake Road, just south of 12 Mile. The 25-year-old suspected driver, Selena Martin, and her 14-year-old passenger ran away from the crash scene. Police say the duo attempted to break into a vehicle in an apartment complex where they were spotted by the vehicle's owner, who chased after them. Shortly after, officers took them into custody. Police say they later signed over their rights to this puppy.
We've already got that puppy a safe family home that's loving that puppy, and we'll make sure it's safe from here on forward.
Farmington Hills police say Selena Martin was driving on a suspended license, and she had been previously convicted of fleeing and eluding police on 2 separate occasions. Now she's facing that charge again, and no charges related to the treatment of that puppy. That teenager was turned over to a guardian. We're live in Farmington Hills tonight. Will Jones, Local 4.
Okay, Will, thank you. Stellantis is looking to cut costs by offering voluntary buyouts to thousands of non-union workers.
Yeah, the separation packages, as they're being called, will go to 6,400 of Stellantis' salaried U.S. employees. That's slightly more than half of the company's white-collar workers. The offer will only be sent to those with at least 5 years' experience. Those who accept the offer must agree to part with the company by the end of this year.
In spite of problems, a city-owned cemetery kept selling burials.
Even though it's full, we're going to keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. That's crazy.
So what does the city have to say about the cemetery it owns? And our Local 4 investigations team heard from dozens of Detroit families about problems at Gethsemane Cemetery.
As we just showed you at 5:45, headstones that went missing or moved, grave sites that couldn't be located. So how could the city let these things happen? Investigative reporter Karen Drew has been looking into the Detroit cemetery. And Karen, I understand you have a close-up of the money trail.
Yes, we spent months on this story, digging into all of those contracts, discovered there were lawsuits, a police investigation, but still, the burials continued and the money kept coming in.
And you can see that the headstones are like cluttered.
Sitting on top of each other, overlapping each other.
When Yolanda Baldwin and Madison Reed visited Gethsemane Cemetery, they were stunned by how crowded it seemed.
Even though it's full, we're going to keep selling, keep selling, keep selling.
A 2021 Detroit police investigation of Gethsemane Cemetery found multiple bodies in locations different from where the above-ground markers indicated they would be. No one was charged with a crime.
Which is crazy to me.
Local 4 investigators obtained the city's contracts with cemetery management companies going all the way back to 1992. Over the years, 4 cemetery management companies kept roughly 90% of the profit from the sale of burials. One management company, ST Enterprises, was paid more than $470,000 by the city to manage city-owned cemeteries between 2013 and 2021. That's on top of what the company made selling burials. In an email to Local 4, the city said it does not operate Gethsemane or the other two cemeteries or make any money from them. The private contractors do this. And take a look at this. To make room for more and more burials, the city and ST Enterprises agreed to turn a cemetery road into even more grave sites.
You knew that it was overcrowded and they should have been stopped letting people come there.
Shelley Calvert documented a mess at the cemetery when she went to visit her mother's gravesite. And like many families we heard from, her complaints to cemetery management were ignored. In response to our questions about several grave sites, the city insisted in an email that there is no evidence of a headstone purchase for two graves with missing headstones. But take a look at this. There are receipts for those headstones from 1976. Family members shared with us the paperwork. Also, the city said a gravesite marker for Elvis DeBerry had been in place since he was buried 3 years ago. But his family's been searching that location all that time and couldn't find it.
The dead do matter, and I wish they understand that. It hurts.
The city reminded the Local 4 investigators that every lawsuit filed against the city regarding these types of concerns has been dismissed.
So they won't be held accountable for the wrongdoing that happened at their property. It's so unfair. It's so unfair.
As Mrs. DeBerry said, the dead do matter. In an email to Local 4 News, a City of Detroit representative said in part, "We deeply apologize to any family that has experienced that type of confusion," and said, "We are more than willing to work with any family seeking clarity as to the location of their loved one's gravesite." The city says families can contact Derek Gray for help with Gethsemane Cemetery problems. His email address and phone number are on the screen, and clickondetroit.com. We'll post it there where you can read the city's statement about the cemetery. All right. So what's going on with them now? Surely they're not still selling burials. No, not anymore. The cemetery management company that took over in 2021 is only maintaining the grounds, not selling burials, although for so many families, their problems are still unresolved. We want to hear from you. So if you have an issue, my email is on the bottom of the screen right there. Shoot me an email. I'm going to check into it for you because these families need justice. It's awful. So many families have had to deal with this. Okay, we appreciate it, Karen. Thanks.
Well, the parents of the Oxford High School shooter will each get their own separate trial. James and Jennifer Crumbly were previously scheduled to stand trial together this coming January on charges of involuntary manslaughter. Well, they both filed motion requesting separate trials, with their attorneys claiming new information had come to light representing a possible conflict. Well, the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office disagrees with that assessment, but agreed with the request for separate trials, which a judge did grant today.
A person riding an electric wheelchair was hit and killed by a suspected drunk driver in Macomb County. It happened yesterday afternoon as the victim was trying to cross Metro Parkway in the crosswalk at North Point Parkway in Harrison Township. The driver, a 42-year-old woman from Harper Woods, did remain at the scene. She was arrested on suspicion of impairment.
All right, so get this. A pair of armed robbery incidents over the weekend have Detroit police reaching out for help in finding the suspects. Now, this happened in two different spots along Mack Avenue. At 6 a.m. Saturday, two suspects jumped out of a black Cadillac SUV, ran up to another vehicle and robbed the man sitting inside. They took his keys and cell phone and then they ran off. At the same time, three other suspects used an older model Chevy SUV to break a hole in the wall of a dispensary. After stealing items inside that place, they fled in the same black Cadillac SUV the other two suspects had used. Well, here's another look at that vehicle tying these two crimes together. It's a black Cadillac SUV. If you know anything about these crimes or that vehicle, you're urged to call DPD's 5th Precinct or place an anonymous call to Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
But one of the most simple and impactful things you can do to brighten the holiday season is to donate a toy for a child who may not otherwise get one.
Yeah, Help Me Hank is part of the annual Toys for Tots campaign, for which tomorrow will be a big day. He joins us live now. Hank, Metro Detroit always comes up big for this effort.
They certainly do, and I am so excited, and I hope to meet many of you here tomorrow. Now, we're going to be here in the parking lot of the Somerset Collection North, the Macy's parking lot. Look for the big yellow or Penske trucks, rather. Understand that the donation that you make is going to help children right here in Metro Detroit. The need is there. More than 30,000 children in Metro Detroit need a toy from Toys for Tots. Families signing up for assistance in record numbers. Just ask Noble Baird. He's a Toys for Tots coordinator in Oakland County.
Every other email I get is, hey, this is my first time, how do I apply? Hey, this is my first time, or hey, my daughter is looking to get help for her grandkids, right? Or hey, you know, I thought I was going to be able to get through, but I need help this year. So definitely seeing an increase.
The toys collected here at the Somerset Collection during our Help Me Hank toy drive, they stay right here in our community in Metro Detroit, delivered to local families in need.
Children in my family, the foster kids that I have been blessed by it tremendously. They enjoyed every present they had, and whoever donated those toys were a big blessing to them.
William knows about the incredible impact, his family receiving help, the toys making an incredible difference.
It is more important for the kids just so we can show that we can give them something, and to show them love through those sacrifices that other people made.
Thousands of children in our area need your help, and that's why I need you. I'm hoping you'll deliver a new unwrapped gift. We'll load them up here at the Somerset Collection, and that gift that you donate will soon be in the hands of a local child. The need is great, but I also know Detroiters, they are incredibly generous. And guess what? We're giving back too. We have a handful of Somerset Collection gift cards. If you make your way here tomorrow morning, you may also get a gift card if you donate a toy. We're going to be here bright and early in the morning. Again, look for those trucks. They're going to be here in the Macy's parking lot. The big yellow Penske trucks will be collecting the toys throughout the day. Back to you.
Okay, Hank, we appreciate it. And if you can help Metro Detroit families this holiday season, you can join Hank tomorrow, as he said, at the Somerset Collection North.
All you have to do is bring a donated toy to the Macy's parking lot off Big Beaver Road. Now, it's an all-day event from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. with live coverage throughout the day.
Yeah, some of us will be out there as well, helping with those donations. And hopefully the weather is as nice as it was today. It was beautiful.
It sure was. Ron's over here with us. Ron, you're in for Kim Adams, and you're saying that it's going to be a pretty smooth day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Damon, Kimberly, it is going to be beautiful out there. A great day to give back and help out, especially little kids during this holiday season, bring a smile to their faces. We're going to have a smile because of the sunshine coming back. We're looking at downtown right now. The temperature still 57 degrees, 49 in Howell, Pontiac, and Monroe. We're coming in at 50 right now. Those winds still breezy across the area. Now look what's happening to our friends up in the north. Alpena, 44, 48 in Traverse City. Right now, 37 in Marquette. I point out that number because we're going to be in that territory pretty soon. And I'll tell you when exactly coming up. So clouds and radar showing that we have the clear skies right now. It is going to be that way tomorrow as well. We have clear conditions right now, mostly sunny tomorrow. That forecast with more on those freezing temperatures coming up.